This is me 9 months ago buying a Nissan Z for the first time, unwrapping it like I'm a 6-year-old kid on Christmas Day. And just like a very fertile woman, I gave birth to 2 beautiful twins, and now my crazy ass is installing turbos on a brand new freaking car. And it's the bank's car, but don't tell.
This motherfucker came in his car to pick me up. So today is a very exciting day. We're gonna go pick up the Z from the shop. And you got this turbo diesel over here. We're gonna change your name from Turbo P to Turbo D for diesel. We've been saying this for a long time. This motherfucker is Turbo D, bro.
Well, you're trying to figure out if it's diesel or not. It's diesel, bro.
Just pump diesel, baby.
The first diesel swap, not from factory, diesel swap, Q50 in the world.
Hey. It's the power of the chiller right there. Exciting day. Coming to get the Z. In this loud ass car. Race car.
It's a R-A-S-E-K.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right?
That's crazy how it changed the sound like that, man. It sounds like a skyline, like an old skyline for some reason. Look who it is. That's my reservoir right there.
Uh-oh, here we go with the problems.
At first I was like, damn, I don't know if I want it like that, but then it kind of grew on me. It's like JDM-ish. I don't know. It's like,
Oh, it is, man. I love it.
So I come to the shop to pick up the car. Right now, I have no cars. My Q50 is down. The Z, I'm expecting to pick it up today. But Temi is telling me that he's trying to figure out what's going on and why the car is turning off. So I'm a little worried that I'm not taking the car today. We're thinking it has to do with the new T-map sensors that we put.
What would happen if you put the regular map sensors on? Is it possible now or no?
is that he repinned it.
Oh, he repinned it.
yeah.
Okay. Start it off. We'll see if it stays on. ¿Por qué no se apague? And also, you see I put the drain.
Yeah, I saw that. Race car.
Race car shit.
At this point, I think what was causing the idle issues was the base tune, because I asked for a base tune for 1 map sensor replacement and Temi installed all 3.
Hopefully with the tune, it'll stay on. So.
The sensors on the intercoolers for the Qs, the passenger side has 4 wires and the driver side has 3 wires. The 4th wire on the passenger side is a temperature wire. Now on the Nissan Z, there's temperature wires on both banks. So that's another thing that is different between the motors for the Q and the motors for the Z.
Are these the same color, left and right?
No, that's what I was saying. This is the same as the Q. So then over here, you got that purple, you know?
So the blue one would be 5 volt, right? And the red one's a 10. And you just...
That's what I was gonna look for. The C's are 23 and up, right?
Maybe, yeah. Check for Q50 2023. It'll be the same thing, I think. Maybe it's probably the same. Are the sensors plugged in? Plug the sensors. Plug the sensor.
So I ended up getting the new file and I flashed it in. So let's see what happens.
All right, let's hope it stays on, bro. Come on, baby. Sounds healthy.
Huh?
It sounds at a healthy freaking RPM and everything.
What was it? What'd you do?
The throttle response is pretty slow though. That's full throttle right there.
Well, my department is over here.
Let me see. Let me look at the codes. Yeah, let me look at the codes.
All right, so I plug in my Ecotech, open the DTC tool, I hit the engine, and holy crap, that's a lot of freaking codes, dude. It makes sense that the throttle response is slow with all these turbocharger boost sensor codes and IATs and all that. So I go ahead and erase them. The only one that should populate would be the fuel pump control module and the turbocharger bypass valve.
So it looks like it's staying on now. We had a few codes. I'm gonna put them up on the screen so you can see, but now throttle response is there again. We have a couple codes.
C0 is turbocharger surge valve.
Surge valve.
So it's another turbo issue.
Yeah. I think once I put those bypass valves on, they should probably be at my house already. The adapters, Z1 sent them to me, so I'm gonna put them on. And that should work. It's working. I only got the regular codes for the fuel pump control module, which I understand I need to get deleted, and then the valves. And then you said something about the Verta valves?
Oh, yeah.
So far, no check engine lights. Car is staying on. We just turned on the AC to see what the chiller is gonna be doing. It's cold already.
Do you have the fucking pump on a switch?
Yeah.
Turn it on if you want to see it.
I don't know where the switch is. I haven't asked him. Where'd you put the switch for the pump?
Here.
Over here. Oh, I see.
The one to the left is the one for the solenoid for the AC. I can see it. Like bubbling up like crazy right now. The one for the pump towards you is off.
Okay.
That's off. To the front is on.
full.
And the same thing with the other one. Towards the front, the solenoid is on. Towards you, that means it's cutting off the AC in the cabin.
Okay. First time coming out of the shop. Dude, I know the tip looks long, but I kind of dig it, dude. I could probably shorten it like 1.5 inches and it'll be nice. I know. I might raise the car a little bit because of that. On the 370s, all the exhausts are like that. They're low.
You're right.
Oh yeah, they're getting cold now.
The only thing with nosotros el sistema es que it gets cold kind of right away. Since the cooler has to go to the back and come back, so it takes a little bit.
Yeah, it takes longer now. Yeah.
What's the program?
I don't know. Let me check. I'm gonna rev it now. Oh my God, those turbos sound so good. It's loud. It's pretty
like
clean for a
muffled,
VR30.
It's deep muffled.
Yeah.
It's not like a Honda.
Yeah. I'm surprised. It sounds pretty good for a
Sounds
VR30. Because you know these motors don't sound very good.
Hey, we just gotta clean it up, so.
It's okay.
No, it's not. This is Temis Motorsports.
Yeah. Alright. Panda Turbo D. That shit sounds sounds fucking good, dude. It smells like new exhaust. Man, so I am super excited. The car is almost done. So basically now we have to do some fine tuning, gotta dial it in. We have this weekend and then 4 more days until the event. So, and you know, the weekend tuners don't really work. So if he is, he's gonna be doing me a huge favor putting this through the weekend. So we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm gonna have time to even dyno tune it. So we might do complete street tuning, which I didn't want to do because I do not want too much torque on this motor. So I don't know, we have a time crunch, so let's see what happens. I want to give a huge shout out to this man right here, Temis. He literally put this car together in like 3 weeks. I had turbos, I had the custom exhaust made, then I threw a curveball at him and I told him, let's put the chiller on. Might as well since it was here. Installed injectors, which I had part in, spark plugs, and a couple T-map sensors. There was a lot of custom being done with this thing. So like the T-map sensors, they had to be repinned. There's a major difference now between this VR30 and a 2022 previous years, because as you can see, there's a temperature wire on the driver's side now. Before, the temperature wire was only here. So now you have to use 3 T-map sensors all around and then repin those 2. This one's plug and play. We installed the Boosted 6 intakes. I decided to leave in the 2.5 inch sleeve in there because to me 3 inch kind of gives drivability issues, but that's a topic for another discussion. The team did a really good job on this car.
Pero qué va, man.
It's too much stuff going there.
Y después si la trataba de forzar, no iba a quedar así como está. Iba a be like, iba a estar flat, you know?
Yeah. No, it's good there.
Keep on going now. Yeah, like I said, now you're staying, obviously, once you burn wheels, it's gonna go a little bit up, but by the time you drive,
look at that. Like nothing's even here, dude. Drive, guys, in the Nissan Z after having turbos, exhaust, and chiller installed. Wow, that sounds good. That is clean. Oh my god. Oh baby, that sounds so freaking good. Oh fuck, that sounds like sex. Oh my god! That sounds so good! That sounds so incredibly good. I can't even believe it.
This is exactly what I was scared of about putting a very loud exhaust.
Okay, that part where it went down, I'm not a big fan of that. That fart noise that it has, that rasp noise that most Nissans have in that area of RPM, is kind of like a trumpet sound, right? If you tone that down, it ends up sounding really good. It's kind of hard to be loud and have it sound good at the same time. So I think I have to work around that, as in drive and make sure that that sound doesn't come out. So overall, I'm extremely happy. Right now, what we're gonna do is just take it easy. I have to make sure that, you know, tell myself this car is not fully dialed in yet. Do not step on it.
Okay.
Base map right now, we are on map 2. We need to be on map 1. Whoops. We need to be in map 1. Before I start data logging, because when I data log, I'm gonna have to get off of the phone. I just want to take you guys on a ride along. Let's see what it sounds like with the windows up. turbos whistling. One thing that I was really worried about was hearing this car under load may sound a little different. Right there. So if you can kind of get over the fact that that portion there is what kind of sounds a little weird, everything else sounds really good in the RPMs. And it's funny because it's not even rasping right now, it's just that loud. What people would say it's obnoxious. Can you hear the turbos, guys? Because I freaking do. Hell yeah. I know this baby's gonna fly. Let me data log. I think I can data log and record. For some reason, all the parameters that I had set there aren't there anymore, which kind of sucks. I need to do a third gear pull. This is gonna be nasty, dude. So here's just a normal cruise. I'm in 9th gear, going 77. I think it sounds very tame in here. You can carry a conversation, no problem. It's just when you really get on this exhaust is when it gets extremely loud. To be quite honest, it's gonna be extremely loud for a lot of people. So it's definitely gonna get some attention. You can hear those turbos. Oh, look who wants to play. Hella lucky I'm not tuned. Freaking cop pulled in here when I pulled in. Gotta be extra careful because this car is extremely loud now, man. Like crazy loud. I know he's waiting for me somewhere. So my Ecutech is bugging up. So I had an issue where race ROM was not getting installed. So now all my parameters left. So I can't even data log right now. That's gonna be a huge issue for me, man. So now what I have to do is contact Ecutech, which I already emailed them, but guess what? It's freaking Friday. They're not gonna answer until Monday at the very best. So that leaves me with possibly a solution for Tuesday if they work on it quick enough. And Wednesday, I need to get on the dyno. So my idea about freaking data logging and tuning between now and Wednesday is out the window already. Thursday, I go to the freaking track. Another thing, turbo speed sensor did not fit this car. They tried to put the Q50 one, but the connector is completely different and the wiring, and then we don't have the wiring diagram or anything to repin stuff, so we left that off. And now I have a dead gauge there. So I'm thinking about possibly removing these two gauges and replacing them. One with a wideband and maybe something else, maybe oil pressure or something. This guy's in my chat. So he has an N54 and he has upgraded turbos.
So the moment I pulled off of the highway, this happened. The first thing that came to my mind was, you're a freaking idiot. You blew the motor. I just couldn't help myself because I was just so seduced by the exhaust sound and the turbo sound that I've never heard before in any of my cars. So I couldn't help myself. I'm guilty. I was going into boost. So yesterday was freaking crazy.
let me just show you what the hell is going on now. Just got the car back and now it's torn apart once again. Cylinder 5 injector seemed like it got stuck open because it was misfiring. The car sounded like a Subaru and it smelled like a lot of fuel. It was heavily rich. I confirmed I pulled the spark plug from cylinder 5 before taking this apart, and that spark plug was kind of wet, so that was the first indication that there was fuel dumping into that cylinder. I pulled that rail out and I realized that cylinder 5 was in fact a lot more wet than the other two, and it was actually cleaner because I guess fuel was just cleaning it, it was washing it. So I have now the injectors getting serviced. I should have just listened to my gut feeling and serviced them before installing them onto the Nissan Z, but hey. So I thought that the race was this week and I was freaking out because I have to dyno tune the car on Wednesday, then this freaking thing popped an injector. Today is Saturday. I don't have much time. I can't work throughout the week on the car, so I would have only had Saturday and Sunday to do everything I have to do, which is downsize the brakes, do a diff fluid change, do a transmission fluid change, mount the drag pack on there, mount the seats on there, also put the freaking harness bar with the harnesses. I mean, there's a lot of things I have to do, and I was worried that I couldn't do that in such little time, but I still have another week on top, so I think we're doing good. This is a setback, but I think we'll be all right. Final piece to making this turbo system work as intended just came in. I want to thank John and Mark. John Parham from Z1 Motorsports and Mark Robert from Sonic Tune. They helped me and they worked with me to get one of the first adapters for the Z1 turbos for the Z. So what this is going to do is mount the diverter valve on top, and then it's going to go onto a T-coupler. Huge shout out to Daniel Melvin for sending these to me. And basically it's going to vent to atmosphere. I know there's some say about venting to atmosphere might throw off some AFRs here and there, but this is what needs to be ran in order for everything to work. Because for right now, I basically had this plug unplugged for the diverter valve. It's giving me a code for that valve. This is gonna kind of make it run as intended. Obviously, the diverter valves, they don't vent to atmosphere, recirculates back into the intake. So I guess technically it would be the same thing if I was to just leave it unplugged and not run that.